Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Model Horse Maniac and welcome to another Model Horse unboxing, or at least what I hope is a Model Horse unboxing. This box comes with a bit of a story. So I ordered these models ages ago. I'll find the date and I'll add it, but I ordered them ages ago. They took ages to ship. They showed up, and were they the models? No, they were a pair of shoes instead. So I had to get in contact with the seller, arrange what we were going to do. In the end, she said just keep the shoes and I'll just send you the ponies as well, which was very kind of her. I do wonder what happened to the person that was meant to receive the shoes, but yeah. And then I waited about 2 weeks and they still hadn't sent these out after they said they were going to. And then they finally did send them out and they finally arrived today. So I'm hoping these are model horses. And no, I cannot remember what is in the box because it has been literally months since I ordered them. So it's a bit like Christmas, but plastic ponies. So like Christmas. So yeah. I remember that there is this is like a mixed lot of it was just advertised as toy horses. I know there's some older Schleich in here. I'm sure they're terribly packaged, but I can't remember. So let's just get on with it and see what is in here because I cannot remember. So let's get into the box and see what I actually ordered. This should be interesting. Hopefully it's the right thing this time. I'm just scarred now. So we do have some packaging. That's nice. And then all together we have a load of model horses. Can't really show you the view, but I can. So as I said, some of these are Schleich. I bought it for the Schleich. Everything else I don't really know about, but we'll see. So we'll get started with this. Oh, loads of stuff just fell out. So I actually already have this stable. I don't know what brand it is. It says Keenway on the bottom of it. I do already have one of these, but I assume that all of these buildings are probably from the same set. So we have that. We have Dickens Ranch. That hasn't got anything on the bottom, with a load of fencing. And we'll just get this stuff out of the way first before we get to the interesting stuff. And a Winner's Coral trailer. Yeah, so this is all the same. This is Keenway as well. So I'd imagine this was the same set. If you know what set that was, let me know because I do not. And the awards thing. It still has the cardboard thing, which is pretty cool, but I don't know what it is for. A couple of these. A door for the stable. And then let's move into the more interesting stuff. We have a few more accessories and we have horses. So I'm going to pick out, I can see some of the Schleich already. So this is so these are all 90s, which is why I was so interested in the lot. And there is one variation in here that I've been looking for ages. And they were a really good price. But this is the sorrel horse from like 94, I want to say. I'll put it on the screen, but I'm pretty sure it's 94. I already have a couple of these guys. I'll pull up my ones from the shelf at the end and we'll see if there's any variations. But this is just an older Schleich made in China, so probably a double for me, but really nice. We then have the Morgan. Yes, that's it. I'm remembering why I bought this lot now. There were two variations in this lot that I've been looking for a long time. This is one of them. This is the Morgan Stallion, again from the 90s. This is the variation with the eye whites, I do believe. I have the variation without the eye whites, and I've been looking for this variation, I think, for quite a long time. Again, made in China. And this guy is actually in really good condition, considering what he's been through in this box. He was sent out to the wrong person and then returned and then sent out to me, all mixed in with these other ponies. So this, I think, from what I can remember, is one of the ones that I was looking for. It's really bad that I can't remember, but I've sort of been out of the collecting loop recently, and I ordered these 2 months ago. So we might as well just pull out all the Schleich while we're here. This is the heavy horse from the year 2000, I do believe. I remember when I bought my original pony, this was the most expensive retired Schleich I'd ever bought at £10 and I just bought this whole lot for about 12. So made in China again, but this one does look like a variation to me because I don't know if you can see on camera, but he's got these really nice light patches, which I'm pretty sure my original does not. As I said, I'll pull them over and we'll have a look at the end. And then I can see this guy, who is the Lipzana stallion, who is the other reason that I bought this lot. I already have this pony, but I have it in really bad condition. And again, this is a variation with the eyes. I'll show you closer up later on, but with these weird eyeballs that look really strange, but it is a variation I've been looking for a long time because I have all of the older Schleich, so it's just filling in these little random obscure variations that I found out about, and this is one of them. And this guy is, again, in pretty good condition considering what he's been through. And the last Schleich I can see, I can now remember why I bought this lot because there's loads of good ponies in here. This is the Appaloosa Gelding. This is slightly more modern. Well, not actually, really. 96, he says on the bottom. So what was that like? 97 he came out, I think. So this is the Appaloosa Gelding. Again, one that is an upgrade for me. I have this model, but I have it in really bad condition. This one's not in the greatest of condition, but it is a lot better, and it was included in a lot with a couple of other variations I've been looking for. So I'm now remembering why I bought this lot. There's loads of good ponies in here. And I think I can see one more Schleich before we get to the random other stuff. This is the Arabian Foal. Already have a couple of these guys. I have this matte version and also a semi-gloss variation. Made in China, so not any sort of country variation. But again, in very, very good condition. These guys are all in remarkable condition, what they've been through. So now we'll have a look at the other ponies that are in here, because there are some I can recognise. There are some that I'm not sure of. So we'll get the accessories out of the way. So we have this. This is Keenway again, so this is clearly part of some set. There's a trough and a saddle stand. And what other accessories can I see? Trophy. And a hay bale. I don't mind all these little accessories because they're pretty much like scale, so they'll fit in with a barn somewhere. And that's pretty cool, a little poo scoop. And it looks like the scoop bit actually comes out. That's a pretty nifty little accessory. And then I can see we have a human, just a made in China man holding a shovel. We have a rider with a peg, which means that they would have been attached to a horse at some point. I might actually have the horse here. I don't know yet. We have, it looks like there's a hole in the saddle, so assuming these riders come with these horses. I don't know what these horses are. I'm assuming they're Keenway, the same brand as everything else. But if you have any other information, let me know. Quite a nicely sculpted horse, to be honest. Not bad looking at all. A lot better than the just knockoff Schleichs and Collect Day and everything that you see nowadays. So it's not a bad horse. We have another one of these, again with the hole. Slightly less attractive horse, I'm going to say, this time, with an interesting bridle. There we go. Again, the rider doesn't really want to fit in the hole, but I don't know if she has a specific horse, and if she does, whether it's here. And then we have some, I'm going to have to move to stretch to reach the back of the. So next up we have some My Beautiful Horses. I have quite a collection of these guys that I've just built up randomly. I want to say these two are from like the carriage set. They're definitely 90s ones, and that fits in with obviously the Schleich being from the 90s. But the way they've got like the pink hooves and they sort of match, I'm pretty sure, I will look at it and let you know that these are from like some sort of carriage set. But they're two that I don't already have, which is cool. I am sort of passively collecting these guys. I don't actively search for them, but when they turn up, I tend to buy them. So these two were another reason I was interested in the lot. This one I know is a 90s My Beautiful Horse. I do believe I already have this one. But I'm really looking forward to clean these guys up because they look manky, but they clean up really nicely, these My Beautiful Horses. It'll probably be a short or something. And then on the My Beautiful Horses theme, we do have a couple of Pony in My Pockets, which are like the same company. So we have this one, which is a Kellogg's pony. I've got so many of these because they were free in like cereal boxes in the 90s. So one you find everywhere. But I don't have this one, and I'm not sure who it is. I will put it up on the screen. But this is one that I don't already have, so that's pretty cool. And then we have, this is either a Britain's or a Britain's knockoff. I'm leaning towards a knockoff because I can't see a belly stamp. And the paintwork is absolutely appalling, but that's that. And there's also this one, who is very strange, again, knockoff with very odd proportions. We have this guy, who I do not know what this is from. If you know, let me know, because I don't know marks or maker's marks or anything, but looks like quite a nicely sculpted pony. We have a shovel, and we have a couple of these guys who, again, there's no maker's marks, but they're decently sculpted little ponies. So yeah, finally I got this box of ponies, and now I'm going to have a look at the Schleich variations. If you're interested in that, stay tuned, and we'll see whether they're actually different to the ones I've already got on my shelves. So now we have a little bit of face-off going on here. I've got my original ponies on one side, you can't see them, but they're to the right. I have my new ponies to the left, and let's just run through it and see if there are any Schleich variations. Start off with the obvious one that I noticed. This is the new Morgan Stallion, and this is the old Morgan Stallion. And as you can see, I got confused. They are the same. Oops. But that wasn't why I bought the lot anyway. But they are pretty much identical. So I'm still looking for the variation without the eye whites. If it will zoom, that would be amazing, so I could show you. So you can see both of these guys have eye whites. I'm looking for a variation without eye whites, so they're the same, unfortunately. But it doesn't really matter because that wasn't why I bought the lot anyway. We'll do the other eye variation that is actually a variation. So this is my original Libzana Stallion. As you can see, in pretty rough shape. I've had him for years. And you can see he has solid eyes with like a grey outline you can just vaguely see. Whereas the new guy is very different, actually. Also very different in colour, not just in the eyes. And you can see that this variation has the really freaky eyes, actually. So my original one is on the right, which I much prefer. But I had to have this one on the left for the variation. And it is also a pretty big colour variation as well. So I'm super happy to finally have this one in my collection. Then the next one we'll look at is, let's do the Appaloosas. So as I said, this one is the new one, and this is just an upgrade. My original one, as you can see, is a very, very beaten up pony. So they're not markedly different, both made in the same country. But this one has a lot nicer shading and is also not as beaten up. So they will probably both stay because I'm sure I'll find some sort of variation in the dapples, but you can see just how much cleaner this new version is. So super duper happy with these pair. Next up, we have the heavy horses. So this is the new one and this is the original. It's not really going to show in camera, but they are different. I thought they were. The one on the right, my original, is more semi-gloss, and the one on the left is very, very, very matte. Made in the same country. But they are definitely, even if you can't really see it on camera, which you sort of can, they are fairly different. So happily, they both stay. And then the last couple of ponies we have is the sorrel horse. So this is the new one, and this is my old model. They are pretty much identical. I think there's not much of a variation going on here. other than the new ones in better condition, which is always nice. Don't know, there is a little bit of variation on their face. You know what that means. They both end up staying on the shelf. And the Arabian foals are identical. I can tell that without even pulling the other one off the shelf. So yeah, this was a very, very good haul, very good price. Very glad to finally have them. I've been looking for some of these variations for so long. And then when they got lost in the mail, I was pretty gutted. So very happy that they did all turn up in the end.